Thank you.
Darian Fenton, 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I'm happy to take a call on the Gambling Harm Reduction Amendment Bill. This is Labor is treating this as a personal vote, conscience vote, so this is my contribution to it. And I do want to say that I believe that Te Ururoa Flavel came in good faith with a bill that had some very good intentions. And certainly I think looking at the committee process, there were 4,944 submissions and also 29,438 form submissions. So clearly this bill had a great deal of interest, and I suspect, without knowing the detail, that actually the submissions, the majority of the submissions that were heard and were received were from organisations who are very concerned about the harm that gambling does to our communities. And the sad thing about this bill, Mr Speaker, is it's been hijacked by the National Party, and it does barely anything to reduce gambling harm. And in fact, some people, as we've heard tonight, for example, the Salvation Army and the Problem Gambling Foundation, are saying that they will do nothing. The changes in this bill that have been made by the Select Committee will do nothing for problem gamblers and those in the communities who are wishing to manage the impact of gambling. Now, what is the size of the problem we're talking about here, Mr Speaker? In New Zealand, there are 1,381 gambling venues, 6 casinos, 70,670 non-casino pokies, 199 tables and 2,826 casino pokie machines. It's that third figure that gets me really. There's 17,670 non-casino pokie machines that we now have throughout New Zealand, 17,570, which is incredible. And in the poorer areas, the ratio of pokies to people is 1 to 75, whereas in wealthy areas the ratio is 1 pokie machine to 465 people. Now that means a younger person growing up in a poorer area is going to be exposed to 6 times more pokie machines than a young person in a well-off community. And so, I really believe, as I said at the beginning, that Te Ururoa Flavel came with very good intentions for this bill, and it's very disappointing that we've ended up with a bill that is not going to address any of those problems that I've just been talking about. And in fact, as I said, some organisations are in fact saying it's going to make it worse. So some of the things, the changes that have been made in the Select Committee, they effectively gut the bill. And when you look at the bill, Mr Speaker, if you have a look at the bill, you can see through the bill page after page of ruled out clauses, page after page. It just goes on and on and on. The Select Committee has marched, and the national members of the Select Committee have marched and completely redacted this bill, actually, and it bears no resemblance to its former self. And so the bill leaves gaming trusts in control of the distribution of funds and will not require gaming trusts to return 80% of the funds to the district where the gambling occurred. Now, we will introduce a supplementary order paper to rectify this issue, but a few years ago the Manukau City Council actually conducted an investigation into how much money was being spent from pokie machines in that area, in that poor area, and how much was actually coming back to the community. And it turns out that they were $90 million in deficit. So it was actually costing that community $90 million to have all those pokie machines. And this bill doesn't do anything about that. It doesn't do anything about helping councils reduce and eliminate pokies in some areas, because it allows operators to simply move elsewhere while retaining the same number of pokie machines. And Problem Gambling Foundation Chief Executive said the amendments to the bill meant it was effectively now misnamed because it would have little, if any, effect on problem gambling. It's a great pity, Mr Speaker. It's a great missed opportunity.
Jan Logie.